Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Living Clean reading. Um, this one's on aging. And if you're new to the channel, then welcome. I'm glad that you found me. I hope you hear something that will resonate with you and make you want to come back. Or even hit like and subscribe so you can join my community, my channel. I do this every day. And today's topic is on aging. Life passages everyone. Oh, sorry. For those of you who don't know me, my name is John Clayton. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, and I've been clean and sober since February 21st, 2021. Life passages everyone has to deal with are changed for us because of our disease. They may be magnified by our obsession and self-centeredness, or we may simply be more dramatic than our non-addict friends and neighbors. But we also have physical challenges to deal with that are a consequence of our addiction. The high cost of low living, some have called it. Many of us have many other diseases as a result of what we have been through, and we may struggle to get through the shame and guilt we feel before we are willing or able to get treatment. Some of us experience trauma, violence, and abuse that has consequences long after the bruises have healed. Getting in touch with my body has been a very slow process, said one member. Any new information from my body just felt like panic. We have been in accidents, violent relationships, fights, war, prison. All of these situations had physical and emotional consequences that manifest in different ways over time. For some of us, there is the simple, strange experience of having lost time. When we get clean, we may feel like we are waking up from a long nap. I look in the mirror and there's an old woman looking back at me, said one member, and every time it's a shock. It seems to me that the last time I looked, I was just starting out. I still feel like a kid, but I look like someone's grandmother or father. The likelihood that we would die is less alarming for some of us than the possibility we might get old. Staying clean a long time is one thing, allowing ourselves to age is quite another. And some of us, as we see it happening, grieve. We may grieve for a long while over the time and opportunities lost to our addiction. We may experience that sense of loss after we have been clean for many years. When, for example, we become a grandparent and realize how much of our children's lives we missed, we may not have noticed that time has passed at all until someone points out to us that our friends or the people we date are a generation younger than we are. Normal social pressures to look young or stay pretty are magnified for us by our self-centeredness, but also by the sense of lost time. The feeling that our looks are something we trade on, and that old addict fantasy of dying young and glamorously when we realize we are too old to die young and that we might just be around to live a long and full life. Some of us have mixed feelings. There is gratitude, but also a sense of despair. I hadn't prepared for this, we think. Some of us seek to preserve our youth as best we can, working hard to dress and care for ourselves so we look and feel younger. Some of us realize that we have planning to do and take action to ensure the future for ourselves or our children. Finding the balance between vanity and self respect, between self loathing and self acceptance, is a struggle for many of us. When we finally surrender, we find that aging too is a journey and we can't actually enjoy the adventure. We are not just growing old, we're growing up. A member shared, there really isn't too much to this aging thing except self acceptance and what your body does, like so many things in recovery. It sounds so simple from the other side, but getting there can be a long walk. It might be grateful aging from the changes that come from working steps. Together, though, the combination of remarkable, of, sorry, um, together, though, the combination is remarkable. As time has passed and our fellowship has aged, we have started noticing some of our old timers getting more and more beautiful. There is something about spirituality that radiates through our outer being, a sort of agelessness that appears as elegance and dignity. Although we may fear growing older, many of us find that we can embrace and love what we have become, aches and pains and all. As I have aged and have more trouble getting out of the chair without leaning on the table, said another, I am more secure about who I am, find myself more attractive than when I was a hot tomato. Well, that was a good reading too. I don't know if I've ever really considered myself to be a hot tomato, even in my active addiction days, or even in my teenage days for that matter. But I know when I was a drug dealer, I had this preconceived notion that I had some kind of power, that I was a big man. But I look back at that today and well, for one, I'm thankful and grateful that that's not my life anymore. But two, I look at that and all I can do is just shake my head at myself, and it's like you didn't see any of this coming. I lost so much time in life. I'm 53, and I think the scariest thing for me is because, because of the era that I grew up you know, in regards to the 70s, the 80s, even the 90s, that, life was a whole lot different. I mean, sure, I was still a drug addict, but maybe too, maybe also maybe because I still had people around in my life back then, like family. I mean, and so now it's just I'm like a lost soul, just trying to we go on just trying to find the right path that I'm supposed to be on, and take it one day at a time. And I'm doing way better than I ever thought possible, especially for what I've accomplished being on my own. But I also remember how easily and how quickly I've lost it so many times. And now I just feel like I'm dumb all the time. Anyway, thank you for joining me today, everybody. I sure appreciate every one of you. I wish I knew every one of you. I'd like to know every one of you. And it's funny, I talk to all of you like as if I already have this huge subscribers community, and I think in this channel I think I have 11 members or something. I mean, it's slowly getting bigger, and I'll be excited. I get more and more excited every time I see a new subscriber. So, thank you. If nobody's told you today that they love you, well, I love you. And we will see you again real soon. Thank you, everybody. Bye for now.